This past week, we lost a truly incredible person in the autism community. David was a world traveler, autism self-advocate, public speaker, sports fanatic, and an all-around amazing human being who truly made everyone he was around feel special. David, you will remain a giant inspiration to people all over the world for the things that you accomplished in your short life. Prayers and blessings go out to his family, and on behalf of David's father, please watch the video below in his honor and help it reach 1 million views. Hey guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you tuning in. As I mentioned, my name is Olivia. I'm 26 years old and I'm autistic. And here at my channel, I make videos about females and adults on the spectrum. So if you like that kind of thing, I would super appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. So I wasn't diagnosed until I was 24 years old, a little over 2 years ago. And so growing up unknowingly autistic, there was a lot of things that I didn't understand why I was doing. And now looking back on it, I now kind of know some of the reasons why I did certain things. So in this video, I'm gonna go over a few confessions that I have from growing up unknowingly autistic and not knowing really why I was thinking the way I was thinking. Before I jump into my juicy confessions, I'd like to thank the sponsor for today's video, which is Social Book, which is an online platform that helps you grow your social media pages and create better content. When you sign up for Social Book, you'll get access to all sorts of cool tools to make better content, such as their background eraser, which will erase a background on photos and videos so you can create cool professional looking graphics. They have a great tag feature, which you basically put in a keyword and it will give you all the info and demographics to make sure that you're posting relevant content that will get seen. They even have a brands deal tab where you can actually pair with different brands and start getting paid. Social Book is a great tool that I have used to grow my account, so I highly recommend, and I will leave a link to it down below. Now jumping into my confessions. Confession number 1 is all about my sleepover experiences as a kid. Now I've mentioned in a few other videos about some things that I would do in the morning at sleepovers, where I would sneak out of my top bunk and go hide in my parents' room so I didn't have to deal with my friend in the morning while they were still asleep. I would go and hide and then hide in my parents' room for as long as I could because I just didn't want to be around my friend anymore. But it even goes deeper than that, and I have a little more confessions that have to do with this topic. People always knew me as the first to go to sleep and that I just couldn't stay up late, but guess what guys? No, I wasn't sleeping. I just did not want to talk to you anymore. I know that's real rude, but if I had stayed up for one more second, I may have punched you in the face. So I had to pretend like I was sleeping. And this even went on to the point to one time in high school, everybody was it was like a big sleepover, and everybody, which I don't even know I was there because it was not something that I would normally do, but I was, and everyone was talking about oh, first person to go to sleep, we're gonna draw on their face. And I pretended to go to sleep. And I knew I was going to be the first one, so I knew I was going to get drawn on, and that was okay. So there I was, pretending to be asleep in my sleeping bag on the floor, and I could feel my friends drawing in permanent marker a unibrow and mustache and who knows what else on my face. I literally knew they were doing this. If one of my old friends is watching this, yeah, you're not clever or sneaky. I was wide awake. I just literally couldn't talk to you anymore, or as mentioned, I would have strangled you or something. And so I pretended to be asleep and willingly got my face drawn on just because I didn't want to talk to you anymore. That is how much I couldn't stand to be around you for one more second, that I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll get my face drawn on because I can't be around you anymore. I used to hear people gossiping too, because I'd be pretending to be asleep, and so people would come around me and they'd be talking because they thought I was asleep. But yeah, no, actually, I heard everything. I heard it all. So my confession number 2 has to do around food and around food involving, like when I was with friends' family or family members or something, anyone, you know, not with my parents growing up. And I'm a really picky eater. I'm much better than I was as a kid, but I'm a vegetarian because I just don't like the texture of meat. And so as a kid, some families didn't realize that I was a vegetarian, and I was so scared to speak up that I actually would sometimes just force meat down because I didn't want to speak up, or like I didn't know how to speak up. So I remember one time I was at a friend's house and like the mom scared me a little bit, and she had made taquitos, and I literally plugged my nose as I ate taquitos and like almost gagged as I was swallowing the taquitos, which I don't even think has real meat in it. But anyways, because I didn't want to make a fuss and say like, hey, actually I don't eat meat. There were several times I went to sleep super hungry and I would wake up and be so hangry because I hadn't eaten and hadn't gotten protein, and I couldn't wait to go home to actually eat something. There were times when I would actually sneak the food into a napkin in my lap and then go dig through the trash to throw it away on the bottom so they couldn't see that I hadn't eaten it and had thrown it away. So I was like a dumpster diver in order to hide the fact that I didn't eat whatever gross food I didn't like that they served me. My confession number 3 has to do with talking on the phone, and this is still something I do to this day. It's not only when I was a kid. So like, actually, no, I'm not at the movies, I'm not driving, I'm not in a crowded area where I can't hear, I'm not with my family, I'm not at dinner, I'm not at XYZ. I actually just don't want to talk to you on the phone. Yeah, I wasn't in any of those situations where I said, oh, sorry, I can't, or I can only text in this situation. I was most likely by myself in bed, just not wanting to talk on the phone. And again, no offense to you, but yeah, we can text, that's fine, but no way am I getting on the phone with you. And especially I'm not gonna Skype or Zoom with you either. My final confession for today, confession number 4, has to do with my empathy growing up as a kid. Like, no, actually, sorry, I don't really care that like your trip got canceled, or that you can't go to Disneyland, or you got a D on your test, or you broke your arm, whatever it is, I don't actually really care, which is really bad, but I just don't. My ex-best friend growing up, which is a long story why we're no longer friends, but one time, and we were in high school, and she was just a complete drama queen. She always was, from the second I knew her at 2 years old up until we stopped being friends at 18 years old. She was just a pain. Anyways, we went up the coast to Orange County to go to the beach, and we went and ate some food, and she was apparently allergic to fish, which even in that, I think is a lie. She pretended she was, but I really don't honestly, truly think she was. Anyways, she got like a burger or something, and I got French toast or something at a diner for lunch, and she ate a bite of mine, and then she said on the way home her throat was starting to close and that there must have been some cross-contamination in my French toast of fish. And that her throat was closing. And mind you, I hate the beach, first of all. And I've already been out for like 10 hours that day. So I'm very much running low on steam. I'm grumpy, I'm agitated, I'm exhausted from masking, and I just need to be alone. And now here she is saying that her throat is closing and that we have to go to the emergency room. Oh my gosh, if you could read the text I sent my mom, it was something like, please, for the love of Pearl, come get me. I'm gonna die, because apparently she's gonna die if we don't go to the emergency room right this second. Unfortunately, my mom couldn't come and get me, so we had to go to the emergency room, sit in the emergency room while her throat was closing, even though no way it was. Like, there's no way. This isn't even just me being like unempathetic to like if she was actually dying. Like, she was not dying. She was just being her dramatic self. And I was like, I couldn't fake it anymore. Like, no, sorry, actually, I'm not really scared for your life. Like, the reason I went to the bathroom and like didn't come back for like 35 minutes is because if I had continued to be around you complaining that you were gonna die, I would have probably told you to shut the heck up. You're not dying. You didn't eat fish. You ate a piece of my French toast. There's no fish in that. I actually forgot about this story until 2 days ago. I drove by the ER we went to, and I'd already thought of the video idea, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for this. And oh my gosh, yeah, it was the most stupid thing. We were like sitting in the ER for like 3 hours. It's like, you'd think if she really was allergic to fish and she had ate fish, she would have died by then. But clearly the nurses weren't concerned. Nobody was concerned. I actually think you're just being a huge baby faker, or you're wasting our time, and golly, that should have been the red, and that's not even the first time she was like that dramatic. I don't know why I was friends with her. Anyways, it's maybe my number one confession is that, like, grow a pair, you're not dying, you ate French toast, you didn't eat fish. Alrighty, that is it for today's confessional video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys found it kind of funny. It was kind of funny to talk about. Again, if you wouldn't mind going down to the link below and watching David's video and helping it get to 1 million views. I will also leave a link below to a book that he published all about his poetry. And so thank you for watching again. Have a blessed week, and I will see you in the next video.